Oh, hello. Just having a coffee. It's in the morning. Do you like that? I drew that. These are available in all the artwork ones in my merch shop. In case you're looking for Christmas presents. I know. I said the C word, and it's not even Halloween, although it's close. It is cold and dreary outside, so I was thinking, oh, I wouldn't mind making something that's kind of warming. So I'm sort of researching and strolling like you do, and I found this cheese, onion, and chilli bread. I mean, obviously you know that from the title of the vlog, but I thought, oh, chilli bread. I've never actually tried that, and it has got all the ingredients that you hopefully would have in your house already, and I have costed it to £1.70. I don't know what it's going to turn out like, because obviously we haven't even made it yet, but £1.70 for something that's kind of fancy pants bread, artisan and all that malarkey. This would probably cost in Borough Market in London 5 to 10 quid, depending on its size, probably 5. Because it is 300 grams of flour. So I thought, that sounds really tasty. So come and have a look at the ingredients. Oh, I wanted to have a massive thank you to everybody in the live for the giveaway of that air oven. That was last night. It was absolutely great fun, and I really, really had a great time chatting with you all and catching up and just talking and chatting about where you were from and what the weather was like and all that kind of stuff. It was just brilliant, really was. So thank you for everybody that was there. It was brilliant. Getting back to this, the bread, let's go and check out the ingredients. Right, so we have all the ingredients for this: cheese, onion, and chilli bread. There's the chilli. It did call for poppy, nigella seeds and onion seeds, but I've got poppy seeds as a good substitute. That's what I've got, but you know what? I might actually shop for nigella seeds when I'm next out in the big wide world. Salt and pepper, freshly ground pepper, garlic, onion. Garlic's optional if you wish to have some or not. It did call for 2 cloves. I've got 1 big clove, so that will do me. Olive oil, because we're going to be frying these with the chili flakes in the frying pan over there before we add it, once it's cooled down, to our flour, etc., and water. And this is one of the things I wanted to say. It is there's a cheese, by the way. I will grate that. It needs to be grated, but that's actually for tomorrow, because this is a no-knead overnight rise. I did forget to mention that earlier, but never mind. What I wanted to get at was one of the things I'd learnt, and I never knew this. I kind of always assumed this was 1 teaspoon of dried yeast. It's 7 grams. I didn't realise that dried yeast comes out as 3 grams. That's what 1 teaspoon is. So technically, this is really 2 teaspoons of dried yeast, not 1. So I learnt that from someone in the comments. I wish I could remember who it was, because it was like wow, I never knew that. And all these years I'd been thinking this was 1 teaspoon. So I have split this in half. There's half in there. Do you like the little mug? Sweet, isn't it? But it's in there, 1 teaspoon's worth. So that's useful, because I'm going to put this back and I'll be able to use it. So you get 2 uses out of 1 sachet. It is 300 grams of flour. I think on these, it says if you've got 500 grams of flour, then the whole thing suffices. So yeah, we're going to kind of crack on with these ingredients, frying the onion, the garlic and the chili flakes before we kind of mix them into the flour. The overnight rise happens, and then we add the cheese tomorrow when we kind of knock it back, and etc, etc. But that'll all come back. We'll all look at that. Obviously, we're going to put it in the air fryer tomorrow. But I do like an overnight rise. It doesn't say anything about putting it in the fridge, so I'm just going to leave it out on the counter and forget about it till tomorrow. So yeah, let's crack on and start chopping some onion, etc, and garlic before we start frying it. See you in a minute. Okay, so the onion, garlic and chilli flakes have cooled slightly, still warm, but they're not hot. So let's add the flour. Poppy seeds, although next time I would use nigella seeds or onion seeds if you've got that. Salt and pepper. Just going to mix that before I add the onions. I'm just going to add the water, which has the yeast in it. Okay, well, I'm literally going to leave it like that and leave it to do its thing till tomorrow. So yeah, right, just leave it on the counter and see what happens. See you tomorrow. Morning. It's the next day and we are going to see how this is doing. Let me just put it down on the camera stand, aka my food waste bin. It makes a very useful height thingy. Right, let's have a look at this. I don't know how it's turned out, but hopefully it's kind of, can you see that? Yeah, let's have a look. Oh yeah, that looks great. I mean, it's all bubbly and gooey, and I knew it would be wet, and I actually quite really liking the onion and I could see little chili flakes and the poppy seeds in this case. If nigella seeds are the ideal. Right, let's get this out onto a flour surface. I've got to fold it over a few times. With using flour, it's going to be very sticky. I've got a prepared tin. This is actually a 6-inch cake tin. It's really useful and it fits Ninja air fryers. We are going to be cooking it in my Cosori dual blaze, but depending on whatever air fryer you have, it doesn't really matter. Just get a tin that fits, whatever that happens to be. The temperature is going to be the same, length of time might vary. I have actually adjusted the cheese amounts. I've gone for 55 grams instead of 100, which is what the recipe was asking for, which has kind of adjusted my total, how much this has cost. I'll stick that here quick for the bread. It's lowered. Anyway, it was £1.70, but I haven't quite worked it out yet because I calculated for 100 grams of cheese, but this is 55 grams. So seems enough to me. It will add a hint. So I've got flour ready to dust with the, what do you call it? Tea strainer stroke duster. Really useful. Right, let's get this out onto a flour surface. So it's going to be very sticky. I'm just going to fold it in. It's really not needing more folding in. Using excess flour is what the recipe says anyway. And I'll be adding the cheese in a minute. It is very sticky, but that's fine. Well, I'm going to put it in its basket, tin, yeah, tin. I'm sprinkling on the rest of the cheese on top. I might actually put a few chili flakes. I'll clean my hands first. I'll be back, just need to clean my hands. Right, I am actually very happy with this so far. It did feel, when I was kind of adding the cheese and the very stickiness, it felt for quite a while that I wasn't getting anywhere. And you know when you think, this isn't working, but it then started to feel like it was coming together a little bit. It was still sticky, and I thought, well, I don't want to end up kneading it because it's meant to be a no-knead bread. I was trying to fold, but it wasn't easy, but it's worth persevering. You definitely get there in the end. And hopefully that the top kind of cooks well. I've warmed the air fryer just it's going to sit in there for, I don't know, an hour, obviously off. I'm going to put the shower cap back on. Like you might put a damp tea towel over it and all that kind of stuff. I think it's to stop the top drying. So I'm just going to put this on, just putting this on. I've never done this before actually at this point. Just like a little cap. Stick it in the warm basket and leave it for an hour before I actually start cooking it. There we go. I'm not going to turn it on or anything like that because obviously the shower cap's in there. So I just turn off the electric, just so you know. It's not going to go on with the shower cap in there. Right, well, I'll be back in an hour and we'll see how it is. Hopefully it's risen a bit. And then we're going to cook it and then taste test. See you in a bit. Right, it's been an hour, so let's have a look at see what's happened. Just going to take it out. Hopefully it's kind of got bigger. Ooh, it has. Wow. That's really good. So what I had done on here is I just put the dehydrate on for 5-10 minutes just to get it up to a nice warm temperature, not overly hot. Obviously turned it all off and put it back in, but it was the dehydrate. I think it's set at 80 for 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes. I didn't make much note of the time. It didn't really matter as long as it was for 5 minutes. And that got it nice and warm, and that looks brilliant. I'm not going to do anything like slash it or anything like that. I was tempted, but I'm going to leave it as is. I am actually going to cover it in foil for the first 20 minutes in the air fryer. I'm just going to wrap it. And put it back in. Right, I just need to get all metal knives to weigh on top so the foil doesn't go flying about. Right, have a look. There we go, in it goes. Right, I'm not going to show you the close-up of this temperature and stuff because it flickers, I can't stop that. So, bake setting, oh my god, 200 Celsius, which is 390 Fahrenheit. 200, 20 minutes to start with the foil on, and then we're going to take the foil off for the last 10 minutes, and hopefully, if I have to add minutes, or you have to add minutes if you're trying this out, yeah, because we've got this internal temperature that we're going to be looking for, which is at a range of, I think it's 93 to 98. I'll put it here if that's vaguely wrong memory and all that kind of stuff. So let's go. Hear the foil, but the knife should work and weigh it down. See you in 20 minutes. Okay, the first 20 minutes are up. Smells gorgeous, I've got to say, but I don't know what happened. Oops. Oh, hold up. Let's get rid of these knives. They're going to be hot. Right, let's just get it out, because we've got to put it back in, but without the foil on. Hopefully, I mean, I'm not actually sure what it's going to look like. Let's get this knife out as well, because it's kind of dropped. Use tongs because they're going to be absolutely, and I've put them on a heat protected surface. Right, let's get that drawer back in. We want to keep the heat. keep that warm in there. Right, let's have a see how it is. Okay. That's sick. Oh, I wondered if that would happen. Oh no! Alright, hold on, I need to put it down. Darn it. Okay, so the foil possibly isn't such a good idea. I wonder what I could use instead. Oh. Oh, right. Quick temperature check. See what's going on inside. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. I rescued it from the foil. I reckon it's still very gooey inside. Yeah, it's around the 60 mark, so it's still very gooey. I'll clean that probe in a minute. Yeah. This is going to be interesting. Put it back in. Have a good look. So I'm worried now I'm going to burn the top. Oh my god. I think I might put it on a lower. Oh, I don't know. I don't want you to show you the. I forget the flickering. The flickering. We don't want that. Right. Bake at 160. We'll see what the 10 minutes does. So 160, I think that's 320 Fahrenheit. I can't remember. 10 minutes, 10 further minutes. So it's going to be 30 minutes in total, but not so hot to maybe hopefully not burn that top. It browned, didn't it? Maybe the cheese wasn't such a good idea. Well, we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. It's still gooey inside, so that's no good. We need it cooked. See you in a bit. Right, I'm just looking up the temperature for enriched dough bread, which I'm guessing this is because we've obviously added things to it. It's actually 82 to 88 Celsius or 180 to 190 Fahrenheit. So if it's around the 82 mark upwards to 88, then it's ready. But let's have a look because I don't think it will be. I've got a feeling I'm going to need to add minutes. Oh boy. I mean, the top's not looking too bad actually. So let's get it out. I'll close the basket. Keep the heat in. The things we do, eh? Can you see that? Well, you can see some things. So. Okay, let's just see what the temperature is. Well, it's hitting 70, 72, 74, 77. Well, it's getting close to 80. That's not bad, but it's not there yet. Not quite. So back in it goes. I think for another 10 minutes it's going to have a very crusty top, I think that's for sure. Yeah, let's just get it back in. Same temperature as was, you know, because I lowered it to 160, but on bake setting for 10 minutes, another 10 minutes. Oh, see you then. Okay, hopefully this is the last added on 10 minutes, so that works out 40 minutes in total. Still doesn't look too bad. I was worried about burning the top. I mean, it looks quite brown, but just in case I need to heat, I'm closing the thing. I just don't know. Let's get the temperature in there. We're looking for 88. I want a high 88. It's 79, 82, 84, 86. Woo. Okay. Okay, I'm happy with that. Phew. Low 90s. I'll clean the probe in a minute, but I'm going to leave it to cool in there, and then we're going to have a taste test. I'll leave it to completely cool. It's got to be cold when we come to cut, because I do reckon it's going to be quite a hard top. But hey ho, that's okay. Right, well, see you in a bit. I'm going to leave it for half hour or however long it takes. I can turn that off now. See you then. Okay, it's nice and it's still it's a little bit warm actually. I'll just I've left it for a good hour or 40 minutes. Smells lovely, absolutely. It smells a bit cheesy. Well, we're going to cut it right in the middle. Yeah, let's cut it right in the middle. Well, I think that looks all right. It's because it's got onion in, so you can see the onion in various places, and I can see the poppy seed and some of the chilli flakes. Smells tasty. I'm going to cut a slice and we're going to come back for a taste test. See you in a minute. I have to say I'm actually really pleased. It did take longer than I expected. That's fine. The instructions, the recipe that I had, it was all for a Dutch oven, so I had to kind of like borrow bread recipe instructions from another bread that I'd done in the Ninja. So it was kind of like a translate over, and which is what you can do with air fryers. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be the same brand. It's sort of a same temperature. You just might need to adjust your time. Oh my god! Yeah, it's the same temperature. So it was started off at 200 for the first 20 minutes, covered with the foil. The foil does need to be weighed down because otherwise you blow it. It blows about. And then there was a further 20 minutes at 160. So yeah, it's sort of until you get to that temperature. But I mean, lovely crusty cheesy top with poppy seeds, although I really want to get nigella seeds, and what else was it, chili flakes. So let's just get in and taste this. Lovely. Oh, I got the onion, lovely soft bread. Oh god, I can't talk. Let's get the crust. Oh, oh my god, that's tasty. Oh, I mean, if you know, anyone if you likes cheese scones, it's got a very similar taste, that top. Oh, I've got just a little kickback from the chili flake. That's nice. It's subtle, but really delicious. Oh, I mean, if you didn't like chili, just the cheese and onion. Oh, I'm getting some chili. That's nice. A little bit of heat. That's delicious. Just as it is, buttered or dip into a soup. This is bang full of flavour. Wow. And it's so soft. The bread itself is really lovely, really light. I sort of wasn't sure if it would be quite dense, but it doesn't taste dense at all. It's not a dense texture. Oh, I'm getting more chilli, especially from the top where I sprinkled extra. Oh yeah, if you like a spice, this is delicious, and if you don't, just don't add the chilli. That was fun. I really enjoyed that. I do like making this kind of slightly more enriched bread recipes. If anyone has any other bread recipes that kind of really, you know, your oomph, bread with oomph, please let me know in the comments. I'd really love to. I'll give them a go if I haven't done them already. Oh, spicy. I like that. Right, thanks so much for watching, everybody, and congratulations to Maria Howson for winning that air oven. I've already contacted the details. We've conversed it by email, so she knows It's going to be on its way next week at some point. It's brilliant, really good, and it was such fun, that giveaway. I really it was so lovely to chat to you all, those that were there. Right, well, I'm going to carry on. I mean, it's lunchtime, so perfect timing. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Take care. See you on the next one. Bye.